Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wausau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together, we're Mississippi Strong.
Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us, meteorologist Elise and meteorologist Annea Scales. And we're kind of matching
A little bit warm colors.
the graphic.
Right, yeah.
It's giving summer.
Warm colors, warm temperatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving too hot outside.
Agree.
For sure.
95 degrees right now in Jackson, and probably going to be 97, if not 98 degrees here in a little bit. 95 in McGee and in Monticello. I wouldn't be surprised to see a few places break the upper 90s. This afternoon, we're just about all feeling like the triple digits, and that's why I've got heat advisories for today.
Right. Some of us could even feel close to 110, if not higher than that. We're already there at around 2. Oh my goodness, my eyes. Okay, 234, and we're already 107 in many spots. So definitely going to feel warm today. Our high temperature around 96, 97 degrees for this afternoon, and we're going to be mostly dry. But the main impact that you're going to see today, the heat stress potential outside. That's why we have a heat advisory. We expect everyone to feel like we're around at least 105, but close to 110 in many spots, as we're seeing mostly dry conditions. Although we do see a few stray showers this afternoon. But the rainfall might keep you not really cool, honestly. That would just increase humidity. That's not really anything to talk about.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about until we get a little bit further towards the coast. In which I'm not sure why I'm so congested since it's the dead of summer, but like here I am with
Listen,
the sniffles.
I am the same way with the sniffles. I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was like half the station had some sort of something where people were coughing and sneezing and sniffling all over the place. This looks pretty similar to yesterday. Now, not what's on the coast, but what's here at home, where we tried to get some showers bubbling up. But we have a high pressure system overhead right now, and that's really compressing the air. So it's making it really difficult for those showers to sustain themselves.
Yeah.
So what we're really seeing is those hotter temperatures. We're feeling the mugginess, and we're not going to see very much rain for today. But that system is continuing its westward track. Now, it hasn't really gotten much more put together than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't even make it to getting a name. But
we are still seeing that potential, the medium potential for more development, around 40% over the next couple of days is what we're looking at. And since it is tracking so close to our Mississippi Gulf Coast, we are watching the potential to see some impacts from that. So while today we're going to be dry and hot, Thursday night into the weekend, that's when we're going to be seeing potential impacts from this tropical system that we're looking at. Invest 93L, still hundreds of miles away from Jackson, Mississippi, but inland we could see, and this of course increases the further south you go. So places like Holmes, Yazoo County, of course this likely doesn't even apply, but at least not as much as the further south counties, but heavy rainfall, the potential for, just because of the increase of vorticity when we're on the eastern side of the storm, a lot of times in the tropics we get little spin up tornadoes because of that. But this isn't a high-end threat for tornadoes either. It's not really a high-end threat for much of anything, as once again we don't have a tropical storm at the moment. It's just kind of a disturbance that we're watching in the area. But it is something to note. We haven't seen this so far in the season, so close to home. So we expect that activity remaining to our south for your Wednesday night mostly. But then towards Thursday, we start to see the potential for some of those bands of the convective energy, or the potential kind of moving further north. But notice most of that, the brunt of it hitting Louisiana, South Mississippi. We're not expecting it to be widespread across central Mississippi.
So yeah, our severe threats are relatively low, especially for wind. Now you would think with the tropical system that there would be some wind. The wind field from this is not going to go very far because it is such a weak system right now. There is a chance it gains a little bit of strength. I am about to sneeze.
Excuse you. It's okay. I don't know why we're so stuffy in here.
I've told Dave this before. It's this room. I think this room is dusty.
The air doesn't circulate well.
That too.
We don't have good ventilation.
That's why we keep the door open now. You guys can't tell. It doesn't make a difference to you, but we keep the door open now because it gets like claustrophobic closet with no air in here. Anyways, oh my gosh, it's coming back.
It'll be fine. I can take over a little bit.
Low threats for most severe potential. Now, flooding is going to be a bigger concern, especially the further south you go. But even here in parts of central Mississippi, especially closer to the Mississippi River, where you're closer to the system as it moves inland, we will have the chance to see maybe some isolated flash flooding.
Yes, and speaking of the system, some spaghetti track models. Now, even since these models, most of them you'll notice they are tracking more towards the west. And that's even earlier in the day we were showing a few tracks kind of hitting Alabama more, but they're moving more towards the west is what we're seeing. So it looks like we're going to be on the eastern side of whatever system moves through, but once again, the brunt of it, most models are agreeing likely into the state of Louisiana, just kind of skirting the Gulf Coast, but we don't see the main system making its way here through central Mississippi. But so if you're further south and west, just like Elise was saying, closer towards the Mississippi River, that's where you're going to see the most impacts from this. But places like Attala County, not likely to see much from this system particularly. At least that's what most models have been indicating. And it seems like the disturbance is following along the track that we expect it to. So that widespread rainfall, though, that we could see in some areas, especially further south, where we've been mentioning the potential for flooding. Of course, that's going to be mainly your Friday and your Saturday, or Thursday night through Saturday, pretty much that main time frame that we're looking at as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, it does look like maybe that particular model bringing rain chances up a little bit on Sunday. Most indications are that by Sunday this has really fizzled out, which is going to leave us back to hot and dry conditions where we're warming back up. For tomorrow, I need to update these numbers because I do think we're going to make it back to the mid-90s, especially since that rain doesn't look like it'll get here until later. Now, there is a chance we see some isolated showers even as early as tonight, but it's going to depend on how quickly that moves, the direction it travels, lots of factors, which is generally the case for a tropical system. But yeah, I do think that by Sunday, we're already warming back up. We're back to mostly dry conditions. If it's not Sunday, it's for the start of next week. So
right? We're going to see that high pressure increase back into the area. So then we're going to be back into those mid to upper 90s, heat index values back into those 100s where they are. But we're going to get kind of a brief, I wouldn't even like to say break from the heat, because 90, of course, it's still warm and it's still humid, but we're not necessarily going to have those heat index values approaching 110 as we see the effects from the tropical storm, or not tropical storm, excuse me, tropical disturbance. Just heavy rainfall of the tropical variety. Not going to be named. We we're not seeing it strengthening that much. It hasn't really hit the open water like it would need to do that. So we're expecting just tropical disturbance. It's Invest 93 L at the moment. Will likely remain that way. It'll give us a little bit lower temperatures, though, heading into the weekend.
All right, so we will answer some questions here or just say hi to people. Tanya says it's hot for sure. Agree. Isabel says, hey girl. Angela Brown says, I wish I could talk louder. I can't hear anything. I'm guessing you meant you.
We. Okay.
We. It looks like our mics are up pretty good, so I don't know why you can't hear us very well.
Maybe earlier in the show, I could have stepped back too far. I don't know if it was me.
Maybe.
I think I moved the mic too much.
Yeah, sometimes I move it too. It feels really let me just tell you guys, it feels really uncomfortable to have something this close to your face.
Yeah.
I often want to like push it away from me. So
I worry that they could hear me breathing because I'm all stuffy and I'm just like I was worried about
little
that.
ASMR.
I'm sorry.
All right, Alan White says better get that yard work done today or tomorrow. Agree, because if we do end up getting heavy rain, even if it's just on and off, that's certainly going to leave you with some soggy conditions as you try to do some things this weekend. Lincoln County going to be the same for everybody's forecast in central Mississippi is pretty much the same. Slightly higher rain chances the further south and west you go. Otherwise, about the same. Well, Gulf, what you got?
And yes, as far as yard work is concerned, if you can do that at the crack of dawn, that would be nice as well.
Yeah.
Just because 95, I wouldn't want to be mowing the grass later in the afternoon.
Mowing the grass maybe, but trying to do anything else where you're not just sitting. In any event, whatever you're doing outside, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. You're taking extra breaks.
Right.
This really is dangerous heat, so don't take it lightly. Heat is the number one killer, weather-wise.
And don't overestimate your abilities as well. You don't need pre-existing health conditions to be impacted by heat. Although, of course, it's more dangerous if you already have some limitations. You can be young, you can be active. Anyone can be impacted by heat stress. So definitely stay hydrated. Take frequent breaks.
Okay, Angela said she put her earphones in and she can hear way better now.
Okay.
I'm glad.
Good.
We're glad, Angela. We want you to have all the deets. Ray Smith watching from Mobile. Beth Dearson says, hey, ladies. And Savannah says, will Gulfport be clear by Saturday? May have to go to the coast that day and am worried about flooding. It will be past Gulfport by Saturday. As far as our models are concerned, there may still be some lingering flooded roads if that does occur. So just be careful driving down there. If you come across a road that's flooded, take a different route. But right now, even the flood potential is not looking that impressive because the system just doesn't look that impressive for the moment. So still be careful in any event. If you are headed to the beach for other reasons that are leisurely, then make sure you take precautions, follow any red flags they may have out because there are likely to be some rip currents as well.
Yes.
Anything else?
I think you covered it. I was just thinking on the coast, rip currents is something that we haven't been talking about here, but of course further south you head. Friday probably the worst day. Would say late Thursday, Friday, Saturday though, like you said, things starting to clear up across the area.
So you guys be safe. If you missed anything, this stays up. You can loop it, at least on Facebook you can, on our weather pages, Facebook and WLBT. If not, we're going to be on, hopefully, at 3, and they will be in with an update for you. If not, I'll be on WLBT News at 4 and 4:30. Dave will be on at 5 and 6, and we will be right back here at 6:30 to bring you all the latest. So you guys stay tuned. Have a great day. It is Wednesday, so we're halfway through the week.
Yep.
Be careful.